Hey, what's up, everybody? It's been a while. I want to talk about genealogy tips that I have while I'm doing my family tree. I found my maternal side. It's in the previous video. I said you can check it out. But before I start, click that subscribe button, Cookster, and then let's get started. When you're doing your genealogy, another tip is if you're trying to find something, always write down things that you heard, because that's very important, and put that on a separate page, because it could be true or not, but you still have to put it down, because part of it's going to be true and part of it's not going to be true. So always write that down. You heard something, write it down, because you're going to go back to it later on. It could be a week, it could be a day, a week, a month, years, because you already heard that. Always put it on paper, because when you get ready to solve the problem, you're going to go back to that and say, yep, I wrote this in the beginning, so it's true. So that's what a lot of people miss out on. Always do that. And another thing is, if you got an account on Ancestry.com, which I got an account on there, it's a free account because I ain't paying for nothing. Some people say, I don't want to pay somebody. You don't have to pay nobody, but you can pay me. I'll help you out. Just send me like $5. I'll help you out. Subscribe down to my channel, Cookster, down below. I'm talking about professionals. You can really actually find the stuff yourself if you do the work. You can write the Library of Congress, email the clerks. They'll help you out. They help me out. Yeah, I emailed them several times, and they helped me out. They even sent me articles about the person I was looking for. So that's a real good tip to have, when you're doing the genealogy. You got a network. You got to go to your library and ask questions, historical places in your city, town, rural area where you live at, and you go there, and they can help you. They have people that help you, and you can find pictures of stuff that you didn't even know exists, or just put it out there on Facebook and look for family pictures. Say, did anybody got a picture of so and so? Put their name out there. You want pictures. You never know. Somebody else could have the same exact picture you got. They could have made a duplicate of it, but you'll never know. You got to look for pictures out there. You got to throw your family names out there on the internet. You have to Google stuff. You have to do a lot of uploading. Eventually, somebody's going to answer you. Because people get mad at Ancestry because they'll ask somebody a question, but the person won't answer it. And the reason they won't answer it is either they know what's going on, they don't want to know, they're afraid what's going to know, or the person just passed away and nobody didn't tell you, or you don't know the person. You just eventually find out later. You might look in the paper and say, oh, that person passed away. No wonder they didn't ever answer me. You never know. So don't blame somebody. Don't get mad at somebody because they don't answer you back. You don't know the situation, or they're not really that deep into it. They just want to know who they relate to, and then that's all they want to know. So they just take the DNA test and see who they relate to, and that's it. And you can find out stuff. And some people get mad at you because they find out that you're not related to them. Well, that's not my fault. It's your family members, your parents' fault. They didn't tell you, and your grandparents, and your great-grandparents. Somebody been keeping secrets, and the secrets are going to get revealed, but you don't want it revealed, but you can't help it. If you put something out there on Ancestry and somebody say, hey, that's so-and-so. Well, that's not their so-and-so. They call their name so-and-so. See, why they getting mad at you? At the same time, they're helping you. They could say, well, that person's name is Florence. We call her Joyce. Okay, whatever they told you, then write that down. Because then you have to do some paperwork, and you go back on the internet or whatever website you on, and you say, well, they said her name was Joyce. Start putting that name in with the dates, the times, and all that, and see what comes up. Because some people use their middle names. They won't use their first name. They might have the first initial, but the middle name is what they go by. So if that person said that to you, being mad, don't get mad at them. They're giving you some information without even know it. They're giving you information out of anger, and that's a good thing. So you just sit there and listen. And when they say stuff, oh no, it was so-and-so, don't cut nobody off. Just listening to what they're saying while they talking. You be having a pen and a pad and writing down what they said that's important to you. Write down the tips. Then you go back to your information and say, well, this person said this. and put down the day. They said, write down the date, the year. I was talking to so-and-so, and she said this, but you didn't know it because that's what somebody told them. And somebody told you something different. So you put 2 and 2 together, and that's how you get answers. You got to think. And another thing is, you got to look at some websites. Let me put my glasses on, Can't see like I used to. And I got a website here. But look how many websites I got. That on the back. And let me see. Yeah. That. And this. I got 3 pages. Some of them, yeah. See? Some of them are my favorites. Some of them I use, some I don't. I don't know. Some of them change their name, so it might not mean nothing. Like familysearch.org, that's a good one. Ancestry.com, wikitree.com, WIKI tree.com. And then there's a website called Gen Disasters, GENDISASTERS.com. But I'm going to write my favorites down so y'all can see it. I like somebody you knew, they passed away in an accident or something. They might have it in the local newspaper, but this Gen Disasters, they go by states, and you probably could find them on there. I found that on my own. There's a lot of stuff. And, tribal pages. I'm going to read a couple off. Ancient Faces is good. Genie.com. That's GENI. Let's see. MyHeritage.com. That's a good one. And FamilyTreeCircles.com. That's a real good site. And let me see. Footnote.com. That's more like a military website. That's pretty good. You can use that. And then WorldConnect.com. There's a lot of them out there. FamilyForest.com. BlackSheep.rootsweb.com. And let's see. WorldCat. And then that one that says world related. It's on Family Search to see if you're related to famous people, but you got to have enough people to treat. And yeah. And also genealogybank.com. And then you go to your local health department and you pull a person's birth certificate, and you can find out answers. Usually when a person passes away, if you don't know much about them, you have to go through their children, because they might have them as a name on their death certificate. They'll put their name on it, and then you say, okay, that's so and so. But remember, they can go by the first name or the middle name. And then sometimes people switch up their last names on censories. So that's how I found out about my relative. She grew up as a certain name. Then as fast forward, we get to 1950s, she's under another name. But I heard the other name, but I kept that in mind. Come to find out, that's why I never could find the person, because they was under that other name. And I'm looking for the family name, which is today. But it was a father's last name and the mother's last name. And I kept looking under the mother's last name, but she grew up under the father's last name. But they didn't raise her. You know what I mean? They raised somebody else. So that's what happened. But I found the answer, so I had to go back to my old notes and then write down what people was telling me. And don't get offended if somebody don't want to tell you something. But I know one thing. If you're trying to find out about somebody, you throw something out there on Ancestry, throw it out there. When you ask somebody a question on Ancestry and they don't answer you back, don't send them no more information, because they're trying to get all the information from you. And then once they get it from you, they're not going to answer you back, and then you're going to get mad. Don't do that. But you have to throw that fishing rod out there. Let's do like a pinch of the. If you're going to ask a question, take half of the question. Throw it out there. Twist some words on there. Conjunction, junction. What's your function? And but or are. But get your head if I. You put that in your sentences and throw it out there. And then they'll bite at it. And then they'll say, what's so-and-so, so-and-so? Like I said, if they answer a question, you answer a question. If they don't answer your question, like they say, what name you grew up with? And then they'll come out like, what town you live in? See, they're ignoring you. And that's when you know how to treat this person. Don't fool nobody like that, because they full of, you know what, they're full of it. You can give the person your email, then you won't hear from them. Then you might hear from like 2 years later, and like, oh, now they want to call me here. Well, let me see what they got to say. Because if you ain't answering my question, I'm not going to answer your question. And that's how it's going to go. Okay? Because I found the answer to my maternal side. And people was telling me stuff. And I finally got the answer. So, I ain't pay nobody. I'm the genealogist in my family. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I took class free. I ain't paying nobody. A lot of people say, oh, pay for do this, pay to do that. I ain't paying nothing. Everything I found was on the internet. I did it on my own, free. Now I'm in my genealogy group, and I learned on my own. I wrote down stuff. I get on YouTube, watch the videos about genealogy, and most of the time I already know it. But if I see something, oh, I didn't know about that one, I write down the ones that I never knew about. How to do this and how to do that. Just focus on that. Don't write all the other stuff that you already know, because you're just wasting time. If you watch a video, you be like this. I already know that. Try to fast forward. When you get to something you don't know, so wait up, hold up. You write this down. And then when somebody asks you a question, you be thinking like, you want me to pop my collar, want me to toot my horn, beep, beep. But I be knowing the answer. And people be emailing me all over the world. People email me right now because I do the work. I put it in. And I had people calling me, want to do documentaries with me, but I ain't hear back from them. But at least I got some free tickets at the Equal Justice down there in Montgomery, Alabama. They gave me free tickets because they asked about my great-grandparents and my grandparents, because I had a story to tell about my great-uncle. So they gave me free tickets. They called me. I met them at the library, and they interviewed me, and they gave me free tickets. See? I ain't asked for the tickets. They just gave it to me. Then they sent me it's a big old book that's over here. They sent me about this many books about equal justice, rights, fighting for freedom and stuff like that. And I was like, all right now. And I still get emails today because my name is getting passed around, and that's good. Family members, I don't even know. They email me or call me. You can find anybody's number on the internet. You don't have to, you can find somebody, tell somebody, just pass my name around. I don't mind helping them, but they can give me information. I'll be like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm sitting there, but I don't interrupt them. I let them talk. While they talking, I'm like this. Let me get this pen, okay? Let me get my pen. I'll be like, oh, okay. I'll be like this. When they talking, I'll be like this. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm like this. I'm steady writing what they said, because I'm going to need that, because I got to verify it. Because that's what they said. And then I write down what year and the month they called me. And then I compared my notes. I said, oh, I didn't know that. Let me try this. And I type it in this way. And that's how I find out what's going on. So you don't have to always pay somebody. If I do genealogy, I might probably $5. Because to print the paperwork at the library, sometimes it'd be $1 a piece, 10 cents a piece, depending on your library. And I don't mind doing that. So I charge them like that, but as far as professional, I ain't paying no professional. I found this all myself. And then the good thing about it is when you find some information uploaded on the internet, because they have this marker here, it'll say originally. That lets you know that you're the first one that put the information out there. That way you ain't got to worry about, oh, they stole my information, all that. If I look up some stuff and I put out the information, that means I originally did it. If you didn't upload yours, that's your problem. I upload my stuff. And it'll say originally by so-and-so. That lets you know who the person uploaded it. So you can't be saying you did it first. No, baby. YouTube don't work like that. Okay? And Google. You put that information out there. And let people know your worth. Okay? Because I'm a champion, baby. And that's all I got for genealogy. And also, you can find stuff like this on the internet. Like this one is from, like I said, let me put my glasses on. Okay. Okay. Let's see. This is called growinglittleleaves.com. It's really for little kids, but hey, I use it. I don't care. You can get all kind of animals. I choose the owls. They're so cute. Aren't they cute? You can start this out your family tree. There go you. There go your dad, your mom, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and then great-great, and then you go on get another sheet. You could tape the sheet onto that or whatever. Or you can buy you one big one You know, you get off the internet, print off the internet. They're free. And put down your grandparents out there, and then always Google where your grandparents at. Or you can start your own site. Just put down so and so and so and so. Are you family to these people? Put it on Facebook. Always start your own stuff. I put stuff out there on YouTube, and you better believe 7 years later I got an answer, and somebody sent me some information about the person I'm looking for. They sent me letters like this, but they said I couldn't put it out there because they'll get in trouble. So I'm not gonna put it out there. Nobody saw it but me. I read it, but I'm not gonna put it out there because I don't want to get them in trouble because they send them. You gotta be lucky somebody sending you something, right? So that's it for today. Genealogy tips. Subscribe down below and comment and tell me what you think. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.